Yeah, yo, I want to do a quick one about Hailey Bailey. She is going to be our new Ariel. Yay, yay. Let's get it. So, I know you guys want to say this is not my Ariel hashtaggers and all of that. We at the Bundys, we don't play no games. We keep it straight, no chasers. So, we're going to get in the mix about this here. A lot of people are really having a lot of issues and concerns with the Halle Bailey casting a black young lady with long locks playing Ariel. Now you're gonna get all different types of arguments about this. I'll probably do a deeper dive another time, but I wanted to start catching up, and I really wanted to give some stuff and some breath to the Bundy Network and talk about a lot of things that's been going on. Like we got to talk about the blue face bullshit that kind of came and went, because there's a lot of different ways I wanted to go with it, and it was going to take a minute to figure out how I wanted to go with it, but I'm going to have to go there. But as it pertains to Halle Bailey's casting, one, I'll be honest with you, I'm not big on, and one thing you're going to get to know with me on this channel is I'm really not big on race changing characters. I come from old school comics and shit like that, you dig? So I do not want to, if you create a character, I want to see that character depicted. If you came up with a superhero, right? And the superhero absolutely now looks nothing like what you created. I can see how you could feel like it's an insult to you as the creator, because it's like, this is not my character, like at all. You know what I'm saying? And even as a fan, you would figure, well, if you're gonna pick up this property, I mean, I kind of would think you would like make the character like like you said you was gonna make Batman, not Vampire Man. So I can feel where people are coming from, because you've invested into this. Well, I want to let me pump my brakes a little bit, because I don't want to sound like one of these guys that's crying about, oh, well, I bought into your movie, so I think that I should be respected because you disrespected me. No, you don't owe me nothing. But the question is, do you owe the character something? Well, if you're gonna pick this character up, I think the character deserves to be the character you picked, unless you're just keeping them in name only. And I think that, and if you should change the character, I think that's more should be up to, unfortunately, the owners. So the owners should do whatever they want with it, and they have every right to. But I will say this, me personally speaking, I just feel like if you make a character, if you give me Spider-Man, you tell me you're gonna have Spider-Man, I want Spider-Man. It's kind of it. I don't want another kind of Spider-Man. I want Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, Ariel being black, like I've also said before, I have no problem if we change it, because the person captures the character so much. And then when we start looking at it, well, do we really need, does a character anywhere in the character, does the character need to be this color? No. Then you know what, let's do this, do a different version of the character. Why not? You know what I mean? I don't want you to say, hey, let's make a black Ariel. I just want you to make a dope Ariel. And if a black girl captured the spirit of Ariel, then I say let's go with her. Why not? That said, I really want to talk about the girl Halle Bailey. Like, I listened to this girl's voice. Her voice sounds, one thing I do believe, I think it was her singing that got her the job. One. Two, even though she's a woman, she's 19, she's got a baby face to her. She got almond eyes, real pretty almond eyes. Not real big like how Ariel is, but her eyes stand out. And Ariel was a girl with eyes. Her eyes showed a lot of light. So with a girl with almond eyes, long locks, so she don't really need the combing and all of that, kind of makes sense. And I've stated it before that this is the Caribbean, and there's an argument to be had that Caribbean natives never looked black per se anyway. They were melanated people, unless they were the black people that existed from before, but that's another kind of topic. For the most part, the Caribbean vibes, that was a byproduct from colonialism. You got to also remember, like, a lot of Caribbean people don't understand, some of the words are really British. It's a British flag. The Jamaican flag is nothing but a red, white, and I mean, no, red, white, and gold. No, it's a black, green, and gold or yellow British flag, if you will. Ah. So, to show the British type of influence. That said, there's no real historical reason why she would look that way anyway, because that type of Caribbean person came after slavery and race or all of that colonialism, because otherwise it was just the natives that were there and they weren't listening to calypso. You know what I'm saying? So, but the fact that we put ingested a calypso vibe works well, lends well for Ariel to be a woman of color, black, specific, especially with locks. It works. But even more than that, because she is alien to the surface world and him, it's a great dynamic. Because from what I understand, the prince is still going to be a white gentleman, and that works because he's a colonial guy coming over here and seeing not just a mermaid. She's of color. She has locks. This actually really works for the Little Mermaid from an artistic point of view, in terms of how now when you see two people from two different worlds back at that time, it looks beautiful because it's a black girl with locks that's a mermaid. And she's still human. And he's going to be able to see she's human, but she looks completely different. And also will work well because when she's in human form, she will stand out even amongst them because she's black. And even if they had black maids walking around, it can make for a quite interesting undertone. Depending on where they want to go, if they want to make a more serious rendition of it. And sometimes if you want to go more serious, you're going to have to take a little bit of liberties with the source material. That doesn't mean that, oh, it should be blonde hair and, I don't know, Asian Ariel. I'm not saying that means that we should just run amok with it. What I am suggesting is I think creative liberties should make sense to the source material, especially as a palette of the source. Now, I do feel like there's a lot more warranting this as inspired casting as opposed to not. Though I would have still preferred a redhead Little Mermaid, this little girl is growing on me on her singing capabilities, how she sounds very classic, and I'm very curious to know if, because she has such a youthful look, kind of a Tom Holland aesthetic, how he could pull off being a young kid so well at even though he's like 21, probably going on 22, that this 19-year-old girl could really give you that coming of age 16-year-old girl that wants to be to the surface, wants to emancipate herself from her father, wants to be on her own, wants to see this new world. And for her to see a comb would be beautiful because she has locks. This is not her world. This would be really, really good. It's inspired casting if you ask me. And I'm curious to know if they're going to make all the mermaids look like her or if they're going to mix it up. Because then I would want to see everyone have locks. White people with locks, black people. I want it to feel like everyone down there has a certain aesthetic that makes sense to them. Like, we can have white mermaids. I'm cool with that. Let the locks be the thing that keeps them together, if you will. I hope. It'd be very interesting. You know, it's unfortunate she's gonna get a lot of backlash, but I do feel like that's what really got them to singing, because they're gonna go singing with this one. This is not gonna be like Mulan. They're gonna go push on the singing, and I think if you found someone that could really pull that off, and you see it, and you listen to everyone else, and this girl just had it, and you sat back and just looked at it and was like, yo, we could actually do something very interesting and make it kind of quietly be part of the film. Because remember, the colonials were all white unless they were black slaves. So wouldn't it be beautiful to have a black Mermaid as being the queen of the sea, because even as a black woman, she will stand out amongst them regardless. She will look completely different to his white world. And for her to be a mermaid and be all interesting and beautiful and different aesthetics that he's never seen before. Not to say that white aesthetics is not beautiful, but he's seen a beautiful woman that is completely alien to his world. And what could be more fitting than getting a black girl at that time that would be alien to him coming over here to the Caribbean? Think about it, man. There's more working in favor of this casting than not. I would challenge. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Am I going in the right direction or something? Are we seeing something what I'm saying? Let's get to it, man, and leave it below, man. Like, share, subscribe.